Bitch!
Welcome to the Unimaginary Friendcast. This is Livestream episode 290. It's a conversation with your best friends, and we are your best friends.
I am Nathan Von Edmondson.
I'm Erin Marie Betty Davis Jr. here to serve.
And I'm DavidMonster.com. Jeez, that was rough.
David, you finally look your age. You've been talking smack all these years about being 80, and you're showing your age, man.
I didn't wear any makeup. I just washed my face. I wanted to show the world what I really look like because tonight is all about us exposing ourselves to the audience.
That's why.
So this is me. That's why you're not wearing any pants. Can you stand up, please?
I'm waiting for the opportune time.
I can understand that. You're a showman. That's true.
Oh, I can't wait to expose ourselves tonight. So we got a list of very freeing questions from an audience member that wanted to get to know her best friends better, and we're going to answer those live on the air tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to just be like a weight off our shoulders to get these questions out in the air and open and answered. But first.
Oh God. It's so hard.
Well, while you're doing that, David, I could talk about how great our Patreon is. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/unimaginaryfriend. You can join for less, almost like $5 a month even, or you can do our top tier, and all the tiers get different prizes. I should really call it like exclusive merch. It's really what it is. But we have some really cool stuff, and we're going to be updating it at some point soon. Some people have already gotten their first gift, which is a David Monster mug. And there's been a lot of rave reviews about that.
Aunt Josie went bananas when she got her mug.
Yeah, it's really cool.
She lost her damn white mind.
Yep, that's the David Monster mug on the screen. If you're listening, you would not be able to see it, but you still can go to our Patreon and join and get a mug for yourself.
And listen, I want to say, like, when you see these products on the internet, you think like, oh, that looks cool. But when you usually get them, they don't look as good. It looks just as good. The one she got looks just as good as this. It looks amazing.
No, it's good quality stuff. Really
yeah. And not only did her husband wanted to drink out of me, and she said no, and she wouldn't let him, and she hid the mug away, so it's only hers, and no one else can touch it, she said.
It's beautiful. It's
a beautiful story.
I mean, I feel like something like that could end a war if used properly.
Yeah, let's start shipping them over to fucking where
Russia.
The white people are fighting each other, yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. News for this week.
Well, as you know, I always give my choices. And listen up, people. This is where you'd vote on my choices. But first, this is not my news. There's a little bit of a warning, or we had a complaint from one of our listeners that last week one of us kept screaming obscenities, and our listener had to turn it down because her family couldn't hear, because one of us was screaming, "I'm such a cunt. I'm so cunty. I'm so cunty, cunty, cunty." Erin.
I don't think that sounds familiar.
No, but you allowed it to happen, and I think that's inappropriate. Nathan, do you think she should allow that kind of language on this program?
Always.
Okay, good.
Well, we're at a young age about what cunty means, so we want her to hear it. Speaking of, we left them.
So we're only going to say cunty 14 times on the podcast. We got to cut down, guys.
Yeah.
So here's my choices, and then you guys do your news.
Okay.
The number one choice is not one thing we were taught before this moment is true.
We've done a podcast on that, haven't we?
Yeah, but it happened again, like so hard, you can't even believe it. Number two, the internet was wrong about Paris Hilton. That's been on the list for like 8 straight weeks.
I don't want to hear that.
No. Number three, David Monster has fans. Number 4, update on Meghan and Harry. And number 5, the worst thing that could ever happen to a person happened to me.
David, I feel like
So-
you should, moving forward, you should only have 2 because,
Because people
unlikely-
forget.
well, it's unlikely that you'll get multiple votes for one.
He just keeps adding them. So in like 3 weeks, there's going to be 17 options.
I can't take them off the list until someone votes for them.
Okay, fair.
But then you shouldn't keep adding to the list. You should just.
I know, but things keep happening to me.
Okay. Well, we'll see if anyone votes. I will go first.
Okay.
I want to give this piece of news. I actually have 2 pieces of news, but this one is very timely because by the next time we podcast, I think it'll be over. But so my documentary, American Birthright, it's screening in a live theater in Los Angeles, March 23rd through 27th. It's at the Lamley Theater in Encino. There'll be 4 or 5 days worth of screenings. I will not be
4 or
there.
5 days?
Yeah, it's our theatrical release. Tickets are
Wow.
on sale. If you go to Real 9 Productions, Facebook or Instagram, you can find the link to buy tickets if you're in Los Angeles. I will not be there, but Becky, who is the director of the film, will be there answering questions, giving all the juicy behind the scenes details. So we're excited to have an actual mini theatrical release. It's no Top Gun, but I think it'll be well received.
Is Becky going to be at every screening?
I think so, yeah.
Awesome.
The one on the 23rd, there's going to be like a big panel, though, with rabbis and all kinds of thinkers, religious thinkers.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I would go, but I don't have a visa for Encino.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have my plane
world.
tickets or anything. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's my excuse. I don't know what your excuse is, David.
And also, it would cost me $50,000 to get there. Gas at many places here is $7, and
I was going to ask when it was in LA. How does anybody afford to do anything?
People are freaking out. It's around the $570 range most places.
Wow.
How much is it there?
$420, I think we saw today.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's high. That's really high for here.
And so, do you know why gas prices are high? People are like, well, we should have high gas prices to support the war. It has nothing to do with the war. Do you know why gas prices are high?
No, it has to do with the war.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all.
Yeah.
The price of oil per barrel went down. It went down. The only reason it's high is because the gas companies were like, what are you going to do about it? They raised it because of the war. They do that when things happen, but it has nothing to do with the war.
Okay, I'll have to fact check you because I have different information about that.
Yeah.
Fuck check me, bitch. Bring it. I've fuck checked it already.
All right.
All right, so sorry, go ahead. Yeah, you had another piece of news?
Oh my God. I already forgot it. Our child turned 1 today. Like today.
Oh.
1-year birthday of the tiny human that we created. So I just needed to say that.
Is she out partying? What is she doing?
She's raging. Yeah. 1 year ago, my vagina exploded, and here we are today. Beautiful story.
How did people never ask us? How do the parents feel about your child turning 1?
So I felt like the whole week I was like anticipating the time and day that this was happening, and like reflecting back on where I was last year at this time, and then realizing that at 12:47 on March 18th, I will never be able to say that I can look back a year and she wasn't there. And I don't know why that's significant to me. It's not bad in any way. It's just like, 24 hours ago, a year ago, like Cora didn't exist, and all of a sudden she's here. So all the forward, looking a year back will include her. So just been thinking about that.
No, totally. And doesn't it seem weird, like looking at her like, wow, it's like she never didn't exist. I mean, even though she didn't, it's like, you know what I mean? That feeling of like,
it's hard to
what
remember.
About you, Nate?
Hard to remember life before. I mean, I guess I do, but now I'm like, what did I do with my time?
Yeah, a year seems like a big deal because it is a year, and she has like an age now that's not in months. So, and it's also weird because a year, we've said it's like it went by really slow but really fast, but really it went by really fast, and she's already won. So like if this first year went that fast, like I'm just imagining every other year is just gonna like slip by.
Girl.
So
Girl.
Yeah.
I told you guys this. Time goes like this the older you get.
It's bananas though, because the first year that like so much changes. Like every week there's changes. So at some point that'll slow down a little bit. But
Yeah.
this is just like the first year is insane for growth and development. Like why
Totally.
watch?
And even in the last week or two, her mental capacity has exponentially increased.
Yeah.
Like her awareness,
Her imitating
variety.
words are getting better.
Oh wow, that's so cool. And plus she's running around like a maniac now too, right?
Yeah. That is accurate.
She like hurts herself just about every 20 minutes.
That's also accurate.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's funny because baby skin bruises like a peach. So if she runs into a wall or something, it takes a minute maybe, but you like see the exact imprint of the wall down her face or whatever she hits.
And plus she's super white. Oh, CB Actor Traveler says, happy birthday, Velour.
Oh, thank you for calling her by her real name.
And we have one vote. We have one vote for David Monster Has fans.
Thank God. Let it be that one. Go, David.
Listeners, if you want to hear something else, you better vote. Go ahead, Nathan.
So we have a film in the Austin Comedy Film Festival, and we're probably going to just get ready for it, people.
We would just in Portland. Now we're in Austin. We are going around the country.
So if you're in Austin, go see our film. Now.
We'll update.
No, go now.
Okay.
Go buy tickets
go now.
Go now and wait. Yeah, camp out like Star Wars because you're not going to get a seat if you don't.
Yeah,
wait.
May. So maybe
I thought it was in July. Wait, I thought it was in July.
Oh, maybe.
No, July?
I don't know. I have a 1-year-old. I can't keep track of this stuff.
Are we going or no?
Should we discuss it on the air now?
Well, I just want to remind everybody that we won Austin last time we were entered, so fuck off.
But it was the Austin Comedy Short Film Festival that we won. This is the Austin Comedy
It's the same thing. We won Austin. That's all I know. We went to Austin and we won.
It's more prestigious than just the short festival.
And I just want to point out that the influx in popularity of people moving to Austin was because our film won last time we were there.
Yeah.
So, dude, Joe Rogan is in Austin now. Maybe we'll do his show when we're out there.
He's in Texas, isn't he? Wait, that's Austin's in Texas.
Correct.
We're more in the middle of nowhere for some reason.
He might be, but I thought it was Austin.
I don't know.
Either way, David Monster has fans.
All right, so nobody else voted, so that's what we're doing. It's really old now, but since nobody voted for it for so many weeks, yeah, I had two online stories come out because you guys know that I did this big game a couple of years ago for a choice of games, and then they asked me to write side stories because people are inundating them with requests, and I'm actually writing the second. Right now, I'm writing the second batch of them because they're like, "Oh, people are going crazy. We need more stories," and then they want a game after that, another game. But we put these stories up, and it took me a month to write them, and it's like all total like 70 pages. Mm-hmm. Actually, you can go on Kindle Vella. I have a set of stories. It's about 70 pages, and then there's 3 different stories, all about 70 pages. Put them up on both of them, and I'm like, okay, good. Like now I can rest for a minute. Bam, emails and messages. I read them. They're so great. When are the next batch coming out? And it's like, that's awesome. That's the greatest thing ever. But I just need a minute. I just need like a minute.
No.
But it's exciting. Like I don't know how to explain it to people. Like it's exciting that you do something and someone cares is exciting and amazing.
Well, now that you have fans, you don't get minutes anymore to yourself.
I know. Now I know why people. Now I know why famous people like me have to distance themselves from their fans, and they have people handling that. And why you do it's you constantly have to work. People constantly demanding things from me. People are constantly demanding things from my talent, from me and my talent, constantly.
You need a team of people that can write in your voice.
Oh, tell me. No, seriously, I need a ghostwriter. I absolutely do, 100%, because they're also asking for a novel because people have read the previous 2 novels that go along with this. And like, when's the 3rd one coming out? Like, you know, like, and it's like, wow, like, it takes a minute. It takes a minute to write a novel. It takes a minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, that's my news. Was that good, CB Actor Traveler? Did you
I didn't know if you were going to say that you were on OnlyFans or where this is going. So congratulations.
I would go on OnlyFans in a second if I could make money on it.
Well, I mean, you do have your porn star shirt on, so.
That's true. If anybody wants to see me on OnlyFans, let me know and I'll go on it.
Sounds good.
Wait, let me just say one more thing. I've always wanted to eat on camera and have people pay me to eat and go like, "Ooh, I'm eating this." What is it called? It's called kickbang, mukbang.
I don't know.
You guys don't know?
No.
It's called something, anyways. All right, that's my news. That's my news, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, our gold star for this week is none other than Miss Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. I think it's her first gold star.
She's fine, but she's not my favorite. But she does deserve this gold star. David, why?
All right, first of all, she's like, I like some of her music, and I think that if you heard all of her music, you'd like some of it, because country is not your thing, but she does more than that. She's a songwriter who does beautiful music, and I'm not big on country either, but there's a couple of country songs that she wrote that are actually really, really good, and she plays the whatever. What she had done was at Dollywood, she's starting at Dollywood, and she wants to work it all across her company, is that she is putting together a fund so that everyone in her employ can go to college. She can pay for college for everyone to get educated, no matter what age they are. That's amazing. If every company did that, do you know what a revolution we'd have in this world? It would be amazing.
It really is. It's really generous of her.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wait, unless you're an asshole, what else are you going to do with your money? You have so much of it. Like, why not help people out?
I know Amazon. I don't understand why because I talked about this when we first started the podcast. How can we change the world if every company, Amazon, Target, all the big companies, Facebook, had a fund to educate their employees so they could get better skills, or educate people coming into their company for better technological skills and things like that. What a better world we'd have. That Amazon doesn't do that, they can suck my dick. And that Elon Musk doesn't do that, he can suck my dick too. They can all line up and suck my dick.
Elon Musk is too busy training for his duel with Vladimir Putin.
He's going to duel him?
Didn't you see that? He posted on Twitter that he was I almost said charging him to a fight. What's the word? Challenging. I'm very tired right now. Challenging him to a fight, and the stakes are Ukraine.
I think he could kick Putin's ass. Putin's a pussy, and
he's
the whole thing
in a bunch of stuff.
No, but look at him, and I didn't realize he was 5'7". He's this tall. He's Tom Cruise tall.
Yeah.
So he's a little fidget. No, I think Elon Musk could kick his ass, and the Russian army's not looking so good. Fucking if America wanted the Ukraine, we would have had it already, bitch. Fuck you, bitch.
All right. Well, shall we move on? Congratulations to Dolly.
Dalia.
So David, you're going to walk us through these late night after hours best friend questions, correct?
These are questions that will not only allow you to get to know your unimaginary best friends, which are the 3 of us, which are, the people you count on most in the world, but these are questions that you can carry with you to your next cocktail party. So you could be the most popular person in the room. Like, honestly, you can use these in a discussion with anyone and have a great conversation. And I'm not kidding. I'm not joking about that. That's a true thing. All right.
I'm feeling wide open right now.
I'm feeling cold.
All right.
I'm not wearing pants.
Yeah, can you stand up, please?
Not yet.
All right, either one of you can start with this one. I'll ask you guys first. What experiences as children formed you the most?
I'll go first. My mom, who's probably not listening because it's too late, she had exchange students live with us that were from all around the world, and we didn't do an actual exchange because it was too little, but we would host them for a school year, and so she was able to bring all these like cool international people into our house that exposed me to their language, their foods, their culture, and definitely changed my life. Made me have a lot of wanderlust and want to travel.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's a positive experience. Wow.
All right, I'll go super negative. No, I won't. So I'll give you two quick ones. One was watching Back to the Future in the movie theater, which kind of just sparked my obsession with film and everything entertainment. And the other was The Karate Kid, another film, which led to my interest in martial arts. And then I ended up joining a Kung Fu school in our town, which led to, learning a martial art, but also becoming very interested in Eastern culture and philosophy and really diving deeply into all that stuff. David?
Wow, that's awesome. See, I want you guys to call your parents after the podcast and thank them for giving you a good childhood. Because unfortunately, it's funny because I was in a discussion with CV actor Traveler today, who's commented on the podcast, and it reminded us we had a similar experience as kids, but he had good parents he could talk to. My experience was that, like, okay, I know I'm white presenting now, but when I was younger, I guess I looked kind of Asian, although I saw pictures of myself as a child recently, and I didn't think I looked all that Asian, but I was in an all white city, and everyone for some reason just saw me as Asian. Like I was reminded of it all the time. And I guess because I was different, not only because of that, just for whatever reason, because I'm not whatever, like just hatred, like hatred, not only from kids, but from their parents and stuff.
Really?
And just, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Not every single person, but a lot of the time there wasn't a week that went by where it wasn't like, parents being like, who's that kid? Like, get away from there. Like, or like just kids being like, my parents told me like, you should kill yourself, or like just weird shit, like all the time. Like, or like, is your mom like, kids would do this a lot to me with the eyes. Like, is your mom, can you even see anything? Is your mom a chink? Like just shit like that. Like, so it was like, my thing was, the thing that formed me the most is talking to CV Actor Traveler reminded me of this, is like, I was like, why do people hate me? Like, what do these people know that I don't know? Like, what, do I need to go somewhere and like find something? But then going home, and those people hated me too. So I was just like, I guess I need to figure out how to be different or something like that. But there are no classes on how to be different, which we should teach people how to be different.
There are.
Anyway,
there are actually classes on how to be different.
Really? Can you send me a link? Because I want to sign up for them. Anyways, that's what formed my childhood most. And I only remember.
You're doing an excellent job of being different in a good way.
In a good way?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
You're not continuing the hatred cycle.
I'm not. I feel like I hate.
You do hate all of humanity.
I do hate all of humanity.
It could just end and be done. So,
and maybe it has something to do with that. Like maybe it's the hatred, like because I'm so aware of hatredness. Because I guess you guys, when you went home, like your parents didn't hate you?
No.
That's so weird. Do you know how weird that is? Anyway, so that was nice. Thank you, Aunt Josie.
All right,
I'm sorry she asked what formed me the most, and I'm sorry. All right. Is there anything that nobody knows about you?
nobody knows about me, and I'm supposed to say it on the podcast right now.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
What is it?
No, well, I can't
I
tell, or
know,
else it
like-
doesn't exist anymore. It's like then that.
Come on, give us. You got to give us something. At least give us the area that it's in.
No, I can't. I can't.
They want to get to know us better.
Well,
How about something that most of our listeners don't know?
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I spent a number of years obsessed with fly fishing and just standing alongside a stream with a fishing pole and flies tied to a line trying to catch trout. Like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, like thousands of hours.
Wow. I didn't know that. Yeah, you never talked about that on the podcast. Is that true, or did you did you make that up?
It was before I knew him, but I know that story.
Who did you go there with?
My buddy Darren and my
Darren Hawkmaid.
Yeah. So he and I watched. Everything starts with a movie. He grew up going fishing, and we didn't do that very much. I didn't do it very much. I had gone fishing with other family members or extended family or some friends, but watching A River Runs Through It was just like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun. And we tried it, and I think we started regular fishing, just like real fishing, REEL fishing, where you just like hit the button and throw the thing and it plunks into the water. And that was fun. But then we got elevated to this more of an art of fly fishing, where you're like trying to cast these flies either onto the top of the surface of the water, like dry fly fishing, where the lure would, look like an insect, and then a fish would come up and snag it off the top of the water, or it goes under the water and you catch them that way. But it's a lot more delicate and takes a little bit more technique, and it ingratiates you more with nature, I'd say, because you're trying to like match the flies specifically to what hatch of insects are coming off the river at that time. So if it's too big or the wrong color, like the fish won't be interested in it. And it's a little bit of magic when you just like cast this fly and it just like lays out on the water and just drops so delicately, like an insect landing on top of the water. And then a fish comes out of nowhere and just grabs it. And then you hook it. We were mainly catch and release. We'd like catch the fish and then release them. So
why wouldn't you eat them?
Sometimes we would, but really, like, we didn't know we hadn't been taught how to properly fillet a fish. So the first few times we tried it, it was just like a disaster. Like, one, the fish were probably too small to fillet, so it was kind of like you weren't going to get very much meat off of it. And then we were like, I don't know, it was messy. It was just easier to just like throw them back in and catch them again some other day.
Oh.
David, what's yours?
Wait, you didn't say yours yet.
Well, maybe we're gonna switch up the order.
I guess something I've never. Well, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know if I've talked about this exactly, but when he's talked about fly fishing, something I was obsessed with from the time I was like 15 to 25. I used to go to clubs a lot, like, and go dancing. Like, dancing was my life. And I was just a dancing fool. Like, literally, like, starting at 16, like 15 we'd go out, and I'd go out as much as I could. But starting at 16 and stuff, we'd go out like 4 or 5 nights a week, like all the time. And just like, and that's, I think I talked about it that later on, like when I was 18 or something, I used to get jobs like dancing and installations at the clubs and stuff like that.
I don't know if I knew that. That's kind of fun.
I didn't know that.
Remember I told you, because I remember I told you about having that encounter with RuPaul where they took me off the platform and RuPaul got that platform. So, that was later on in my career as a dancer. But anyways.
So you are a good dancer. I've seen your moves.
You have? Really?
Yeah, you danced for one of our film pieces.
don't remember.
We green screened.
We've made so many films and we've won
yeah,
so
that
many
was great.
awards.
Shirtless too.
Yeah, that was great.
If you go to unimaginaryfriend.com/videos and you go to Total Trip Domination, or it's not, just find
No,
Total
don't tell people. Am I sure? Oh no, don't tell people about that.
Palm Springs, fast forward to the end. Actually, David's throughout the whole thing. He's great, but you'll see him shirtless dancing.
So what I recall is like
God.
the song is really great. Like I really dig the song that was chosen for that ending that you danced to. And also it's like just you're really joyous. So it's really fun.
I don't remember what song was it.
I don't know.
Well, CB Actor Traveler says, "Tell us something about yourselves that we would be surprised to learn." So, CB Actor Traveler, did either one of those surprise you? And that's the new bar to set, Erin. So you got to say yours, and then if it didn't surprise them, we have to say other ones. Go ahead.
I feel like I need a category.
Space.
What? Anything that would surprise us about you, because we already know that you were a closet straight person. Oh, sorry.
6.5 years. I can't remember what I've said on the air or not, so I'm not sure exactly what would be news to people. So I'm having trouble.
Is there anything you've never told Nathan about yourself?
I thought that wasn't the game anymore.
Well, I'm trying to like.
Sorry.
I'm trying to get you to think.
I know. I mean, there's lots of things, but I feel like everybody knows everything.
Or this next question is similar. Maybe you can answer this. Important aspects of you that no one ever sees.
Oh my gosh. Important aspects of me. Important.
Or any, like Nathan, are there any sides to Erin that she has never showed me or the listeners that you've seen and that maybe you were surprised about?
Different like parts of my personality, you would say?
Yeah.
I think like probably my like level, I'm really good at not showing stress in front of people. So especially when I'm in positions, I'm like often been like when I'm leading trips or, running this creative haunt, I'm in positions of leadership and there's often a lot of stressful decisions and really good at not showing that. But it's tearing me apart inside.
Oh, wow. Did you know that, Nathan?
Yes.
Well, he sees it.
I get the unveiled version.
So, yeah.
Cause I've seen it too. Like when we've done projects, I've seen you be calm, and then I kind of know, and yeah.
So you're in my inner circle, so you would be.
Yeah.
Like the general listeners wouldn't probably.
Yeah. So did that surprise anybody? The listeners, is that good?
I probably didn't surprise anyone. I gotta do better. You guys all come around to me again.
I think one thing we didn't know about you is that you would be bad at these questions.
I kind of knew it.
Well, I immediately thought of. I immediately go to my entire life, and then there's just too much, and then it's just I'm like I blank out. Then.
Yeah, totally. Well, I don't think I would have known what to say until Nathan said he's obsessed with something. I was like, oh, I was obsessed with something. Well, here I go to an easier question. Then you have to answer this first.
Have I ever talked about how I was like a rock and roll drummer for years and years?
You did, but you never went into it. Like, did you want to be a rock star? Like, was that your thing? Like, you wanted to be? And what was your drumming name? And what bands were you in?
I guess I didn't want to. I mean, I think if I had the opportunity, I would have done it. If someone was like, "Here, be in this band and make a lot of money," I probably would have. But no, it wasn't my main goal in life. But I was in a band called No One's Fantasy, and then Acquired Taste, and then even when I was in Philly, I can't even. Oh, and then I was in Invincible. So I was in about 4 bands.
Those first 2 band names, I have to point out, are really great.
Oh, and then I had a duo named Discharge. Yeah.
Discharge. There was already a punk band called Discharge, but that's cool. I like when.
Yeah. But I was a drummer. I taught myself how to drum on pots and pans. I taught myself how to play guitar with a VHS tape of this guy with really long fingernails and a blue sweater and a cowboy hat. He was strumming the green sleeves. So I
Wow.
play guitar through that and taught myself. And then we got good, and we were playing. Even like when I was in high school and underage, we were playing at bars and different venues and
I
parties.
didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, you were a drummer in a girl band and you never had a lesbian experience? That's shocking.
Correct.
Did you ever even make out with a
David,
Oh yeah? What?
when I was a kid, I had a mullet on multiple occasions, like willingly.
You showed us that. You showed us that, but that is pretty cool. You need to get a picture that we can show, that we can put up.
Sure.
Oh, so you guys have to answer that other one that I answered
one?
poorly.
Which one?
The one previous.
The aspects of youth one. That's kind of the same question.
Oh.
All right.
Well, sort of. Here, I have one. I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I am and Erin I don't think Erin believes me, but it's true. My brain is super, super logical. And I had to realize this because I realized like I'm not dealing with humans correctly because they're not logical. And I know I say things that aren't logical, but it's only to entertain me because I think of everything super logically and super like the way it is. And you have to mix it up or you'll go insane on planet Earth because humans are not logical at all in any way. And logic, they're Teflon to logic. Like if you try to use logic to handle something, they're like, nope, nope, not going to do it. But anyways, but I promise you people listening, my mind is super logical in the way I think.
We had a question here. If you were on death row, what would be your last requested meal? Seafood.
Steak, sushi, and cake. Oh, steak. Wait, sushi, cake, and T-bone steak.
Nathan?
How about you, Nathan?
No. So the thing that just jumped to mind, I'm just going to go with it, is the largest, crappiest, not crappy, but like unhealthiest Chinese buffet.
Oh.
Ooh, all you can. Yeah, if you're on death row doing all you can eat buffet, you're right, Nathan. I would do an all you can eat buffet because I can eat for a while.
I'd eat like 4 egg rolls just to start.
No, totally. And I've always wanted to eat myself to death, so I'd probably do that. And they wouldn't even need to kill me.
Sounds like a plan.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, so everybody answered that. Here we have one more from the listeners. Oh.
I am not a singer, although I love to do karaoke, and I would do some background.
Dude.
And she's won karaoke competitions, so don't let her undercut how good of a singer she is.
Because of my heart more than my talent.
I have to
horrible singer. I'm not tone deaf, but I'm not a trained
I would say
singer.
for the average person, you're better than average. Like non-professional singer, you're better than average.
Like, yeah, if there's a scale.
And this is
slightly.
This is something that the listeners might not know is we are all karaoke fucking maniacs. Like the first time we went, like I thought like, oh, this is going to be interesting. I want to see what they could do. It's like, oh, Erin and Nathan are such total hams that of course they're karaoke maniacs too. And the three of us just go mentally insane at the karaoke place, just trying to think of what we could do next. And like, you know, like, oh God, we put on a show.
I do miss Boardwalk 11.
Yeah, karaoke bar in LA. I'm really happy that a CB Actor Travelers didn't know I was a musician, and so I could actually give something that was useful in this podcast because I feel like I'm just giving terrible answers.
We have another question. What's your go-to karaoke song? Mine usually is Faith by George Michael.
Oh, Darling by the Beatles.
I've never heard you do that. There's another one that I've heard you do every single time we've ever done a karaoke.
Can we do an episode that's just karaoke?
That would be great.
Yes, we're going to do one. But I've never heard you do Oh Darling. There's another one that I've heard every time you've done.
Which is Full House theme song.
Oh.
There.
Ladies and gentlemen, she does the Full House theme song, and we should videotape it because it's all amazing and it brings down the house. And it's just perfect and amazing. She knows every word. And I didn't even know the theme song had words. It's amazing. I have 5 karaoke hit songs. Which one is your guys' favorite? What? Well, go ahead, yeah.
I'm a Believer. That was my favorite of yours.
Yeah.
What I do, I'm a believer. Yeah, I remember coming on stage and Erin was like, "Oh my God, that was so good." And I was like,
Really?
"Really?"
Yeah.
It usually gets a reaction.
Well, because David doesn't do it. David does his own spin on it, and it's really funny, but also really entertaining and kind of good at the
And
same time.
good.
Yeah.
Like we should do.
Screaming it.
Is there a good karaoke place around you guys?
I don't know. We haven't really explored that.
So there are 10 years ago when I was in Philly, there were great karaoke places.
Yeah.
I just don't know what exists anymore.
There's nothing like Boardwalk 11.
No, Boardwalk 11's special.
Oh, that place.
Dude, I wish you guys could have gone to this one place in the Gower Gulch on Sunset, but it was already gone by the time you guys got there. It had its own little stage and everything was directed towards it. It was like Board 11, but better. I don't know why, because the stage was more stagey. Anyway.
One thing I can say that really like hurt me from COVID was we were really prepared to start exploring like a whole bunch of like bars and restaurants in Los Angeles, like trying to find like the old classic like stomping grounds of like, you know, like places with character that have been around for a long time. And COVID kind of took that from us. And then I just feel like that every year with COVID, especially with businesses going out of business. So those have been disappearing. And I just feel like every year those disappear. And I miss that. I wish there's so many places that I feel like I would have loved to have seen in LA of that, you know, like small, like hole in the wall places that disappeared 15 years ago or will disappear in 5 years.
Hey, David, how many questions do you have left?
Like 4 or 5. Why?
Well, one of us is gonna have to leave. It's probably gonna be me, because our little party animal has gotten up and is.
Oh no, is she running around?
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs mama's milk, right?
Oh no. So here, let's ask a rapid fire then.
Yeah, rapid fire. Let's do it.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Which scent do you find the most soothing?
Fart.
Ew, that's true. Erin does like a good fart.
I guess like vanilla or pumpkin spice around the holidays, or like apple cinnamon, like that, like Christmassy kind of.
Apple cinnamon. I love apple cinnamon. Go ahead, Nathan.
Yeah, like piney Christmassy scents.
Piney Christmassy scents. Those two I love, but the Dr. Gus, who shares the West Coast studio, still eats bread. Like, who eats bread anymore? But he eats bread and he makes toast. Why does toast smell so good?
It does smell good, yeah.
Next
okay.
question.
What is a language you love to listen to, even if you don't speak or understand it?
I feel like it's unpopular to say now, but Russian.
Ooh.
I
don't know. German's really fun.
I love German. I was going to say German. I love that language. I want to learn it. I'm going to give it another shot. I tried to learn it. It's a very difficult language.
Yeah.
But I love it. Can I say something racist?
Sure.
Erin's a native Spanish speaker, and I just don't like the sound of that language at all. It just turns me off. It gives me a hard off.
I like the Spanish accent when you're speaking English.
Really? Because if I have a hard on and I hear Spanish, it gives me a hard off right away.
All right, last question. Make it a good one.
Just the last one. Wait. Oh God. Oh God.
I got a birthday girl who's really upset. Like very upset.
Oh God. All right. What is your favorite thing about your own personality?
That's a hard question.
My unparalleled kindness. Just kidding.
Maybe like sense of humor. Like it's hard to offend me. Not impossible, just difficult.
How about this? My unparalleled humbleness.
Oh, you're serious.
I forgot I had a sense of humor until Erin said that, and I agree. My sense of humor is good. I can run with it. But also, what I like about myself that I haven't found in a lot of other people, but I wish if I found this, I would go berserk. Is my wanting to, yeah, let's do it, let's go, let's do that, yeah, let's go, let's do it. I love that about myself, for myself, but I wish I could find someone else like that.
I agree. So to build off of that, this is something I actually picked up from my best friend who's actually in town now. Jessie, you met her, I think, at our wedding. I got this from her, but when I first met her, she was the only person I ever met that no matter what you said, she's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And like that, like changed the way I looked at like everything. And I adopted a lot more of that. And especially with like traveling, I'm like, yeah, let's try it. Let's go. It's like, I now want to do all the things I haven't done before.
I love that. I want to be her best friend now. I was her best friend, her and her husband. I was her best friend at the wedding, and her husband, I forgot her husband's name, but they were both super cool.
You know, if you were her best friend, you wouldn't forget her husband's name.
I know. I'm her husband's best friend then.
Okay.
All right, last question.
Oh, that was the last question, but I can come up with another one. Oceans or mountains, and why?
Mountains.
Why?
Over the ocean?
Mountains over the ocean. Yes. No, mountains for me. I just love like the elevation. I love seeing the different levels. Like oceans are great, but they're all flat. There's something about like this big majestic mountain that, you know, in different seasons changes colors. And I love like high views too. So like knowing that you can go up and get a bird's eye view of the land.
How about you, Yanni?
Yeah, I know we're both really tired.
I think I'm gonna have to say, well, it's always been mountains for a lot of those same reasons, but LA proved that you can have both. So both.
I love the mountains and it's awesome, but there's something just that calls to me about the ocean. Just being in front of it and the sound of the crashing waves and the heat and the animals of the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah. They're hard.
But I love the mountains too. Yeah, I want to go. So I want to live at the base of a mountain right in front of the ocean. That's what I want to do.
Perfect.
All right. I guess nobody else cares about anything. None of our listeners have said anything for a little while. But thank you guys for showing up. It was only Seabeer Actor Traveler and Brittany Nicole Timmons that asked any questions, and we love them and we want to thank them wholeheartedly.
Absolutely.
Woo.
You know what? It's Friday night. It's after hours. People are they're clubbing. You know,
they're clubbing at 8 o'clock at night.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's 11 here. That's why we're yawning. Yeah, that's why we record this as a podcast as well, so you don't have to be here live. But it is fun when we have live listeners. But we will be back again in 2 weeks with another topic. If you need to request anything, you know where to find us on the social medias. That's how Aunt Josie was able to submit these questions, and we're happy to answer.
And wait, before you go, people, I don't know how you can pass up on this, but my God, how can you not have that in your life? It's so fucking gorgeous. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Don't you just want to lick that mug?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Okay. Yeah. What's wrong with her?
I don't know.
She's feeling like her life is flashing by her. She's like, I'm one.
She's got
Where did the time
complicated
go?
1-year-old feelings now that we have to figure out.
No, totally. All right, so say all your stuff, Erin.
You pretty much said it. Go get that
No.
mug on Patreon.
Oh, you were gonna say about like us on twat us on Twatter and twit us on Twitter and fake us. We have Facebook, we have Twatter, we have Instagram. I
And
think
the
we
only
have a
thing I'll add to
Tumblr.
that is that we're still doing our Instagram takeovers. So every week is a new one of us that takes over and posts. You can probably guess who it is by the content of the posts. So if you want to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see all that stuff, and it's fun to engage and, you know, make fun of us, yell at us.
Yeah. And go to Patreon so you can get your set of mugs. A couple of people have asked for, why don't we have a whole set of mugs?
Yeah, like I said, we're coming out with more exclusive merch, so you gotta sit tight.
Merch. We're the type of people to say merch now. Merch. We're dealing with our merch. All right.
Everyone, happy Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again soon.
All right. So hold on, wait. So did you get to know us, bitch?